Hello and welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm your host Natalie Rydstrom. With Heineken Cup and Amling Challenge Cup action now over until April, English and Welsh sides join forces in the LV Cup, the annual domestic knockout competition. And joining us now to run down this weekend's action is Richard O'Hagan, sports writer and regular contributor to SBR Forum. Richard, welcome to the show.
Hi Natalie, it's nice to be with you.
Now, first match of the weekend is Scarlets versus Gloucester, playing on Friday. This is expected to be close, but the Scarlets with the home advantage are expected to win. Who's your favourite in this match?
Yes, Natalie, I think it is going to be a Scarlets win here. Gloucester haven't had a great season. They were expecting much more of this year, and they've not been that good on the road. The Scarlets in their home territory, in Wales, always a strong proposition. So I would be going for a Scarlets win, and I'd be looking for it to be by at least 7 points here.
Okay, so Scarlet's home team to win here. Sale versus Worcester, kick off Saturday's LV action. This should be an easy home win for the Sharks, facing a Worcester side who haven't won a game all season. What can we expect here?
Well, Natalie, I think it's going to be a reasonably close game. I think it is probably going to be a difference of under 14 points between the two. But I think Sale are going to win this. Worcester have just been terrible. They haven't played like a Premiership side at all this year. They played more like a Division 3 team, and they've been horribly exposed in all facets of the game. So a Sale win, but by fewer than 14 points for me.
Okay, moving on now, Newport Gwent Dragons. They'll face an uphill battle when they host Northampton, a side who've only lost once to domestic opponents this year. The Dragons do have the home advantage, but will that be enough, Richard?
I have to say, Natalie, I don't think it will. I think that Northampton are a really, really tough side nowadays. They've had disappointments in the past. They really want to get to another final. They really want to win another final before Jim Mallender decides to step down as coach. And I think they're just going to have too much for the Dragons here. They're a strong side, the Dragons. Obviously, they've got the home advantage, but Northampton, it doesn't seem to matter whether they play at home or away nowadays. They're just tough all the way through. So Northampton to win this one.
Yeah, Northampton, they certainly are a very strong team. Now, next match we'll see Bath, the third in the Premiership, host a Cardiff side who are surprisingly the lowest ranked Welsh side in the Pro 12. Now, everything seems to point to a home win, but could this be closer than expected?
Well, it's a real local battle, Natalie. There's less than 20 miles between these two clubs, even though they're in different countries. Bath at home this year have been very, very strong. They've had good wins over teams like Leicester in the Premiership. Cardiff, disappointing this year in the Pro 12. But they will have probably Sam Warburton back, the Welsh captain, playing his first game since November. So they expect to get a good 45, 50 minutes out of him. Don't think he's going to be a massive difference maker there, though, so I will be going for a narrow Bath win here, probably by around about 5 points.
Next, we've got Exeter versus Ospreys. Exeter's season hasn't gone at all to plan. Can we see them turn things around in this match?
I really don't think so. The Ospreys have been a strong side both home and away in the Pro 12. Exeter, as you say, things haven't gone well for them. They were expecting to do a lot better after making a foray into European competition with their results last year, but they're down in the bottom half now of the Premiership table. I don't think form is with them here. I think the Ospreys, despite having a decent journey to get there, aren't going to be too fussed by that because there's a lot of travelling in the Pro 12 nowadays. So Ospreys to win for me.
Okay, so next we've got Harlequins versus Leicester. Without doubt, the clash of the round as the two reprise the Premiership semi-finals from last May. Now, who are you backing to win this time around, Richard?
Well, I think this is going to be a real grudge match. Every team always seems to up their game when they're playing Leicester, particularly in cup competitions. Harlequins should have won that Premiership semi-final last year. They blew it with a bit of indiscipline. Also, they were missing Chris Robshaw, the England captain, who had so much to their side. This time they're at home, Robshaw's back. I can't see anything other than a Harlequins win here. I'm looking at probably between 4 and 6 points for a victory.
Okay, final match on Saturday is London Wasps versus London Irish. This could be more of a scrap than their league form might suggest. What are you expecting from this match and who's your favourite to win?
Well, it certainly is a different set of teams here. Wasps have been much better than predicted this year. Irish have been much worse than predicted and have really struggled for form. But it's a cup competition. It's going to be wet and muddy, which is a situation that traditionally favours London Irish's type of play. So I think it's going to be a very close game. I can actually see Irish just shading this, or looking at the current form, but Wasps will be very, very strong side at home.
Okay, so a close match there. Now, Sunday's match is going to be an interesting one. It'll see top of the league Saracens face next to bottom of the league Newcastle. Now, with such strong favourites, is there money to be made here?
there certainly is money to be made here. The one thing I always say with Saracens is look for the first scoring play in a Saracens game to be a penalty, because they seem to create a lot of them, and they've got a squad of very good goal kickers, including the likes of Owen Farrell, the England fly half. So that's one tip for this game. Saracens are going to walk away with this, there's no question about it. They are the best team in England at the moment. Newcastle are a fairly average to poor side who don't travel very well and have got a long journey to make down to London anyway. So for my money, go for a Saracens win. If you're going to bet on a Saracens win, the way to make money is to go on the point spread. So I'd go big. I'd go more than 14 points for this game. And as I say, first scoring play, penalty goal to Saracens.
Okay, fantastic. Now that about wraps things up for our LV Cup weekend action rundown. Richard, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome, Natalie.